Now, the one that is trending now, the video, I couldn't really watch it because I don't really watch those kind of videos. He said that it seems to have another disagreement with Jarvis, seems they've broken up again, or she has broken up with him or something. He was doing a live while he was driving. As the offense it should be an offense. If you are driving and you're making a call, that should be an offense. If you are driving and they said it was wearing a seatbelt, but if you are driving and you are doing a live streaming, you are talking, that is a distraction. I'm not a lawyer, I don't know the law, but if you are being distracted, the thing with driving, and they say don't use drugs that could impair your judgment, don't take excessive alcohol, all those things that you will not be under the influence. The reason is that those things will impair your judgment. Don't make call while driving. It's so that you don't get distracted. I know somebody whose his father died because the driver was on a call, and this poor man was on his motorcycle, and this driver hit him. So because he was in a call, he wasn't really paying much attention, and he hit the man, and the man died. So when you are driving and you are making a call, you could easily get distracted and cause problem. So if you are doing a live stream where you are talking and you are looking at the camera and you are driving, that is a distraction. That could amount to you making a call while driving.
So I want to read, there's a statement from the Federal Road Safety Commission on the issue of Peller. The Federal Road Safety Corps press release. Corp Marshal employs actors, guilds, content creators, and entertainment associations to call their members to order over dangerous road use. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, has expressed deep concern over the growing trend of reckless road use by some celebrities, content creators, and social media influencers who, in the quest for online attention, deliberately flout traffic regulations and endanger lives. Corps Marshal reaction follows a widely circulated video involving a popular TikTok streamer, Mr. Habib Hamzat, popularly known as Peller, who was seen engaging in a live video stream while driving, an unlawful and highly dangerous act that culminated in a road traffic crash. This incident, which could have resulted in loss of lives, serves as a grim reminder that fame does not confer immunity from the law, nor does it excuse dangerous behavior on public roads. He categorically stated that live streaming, content creation, recording, or engaging in any activity that distracts a driver while driving is a direct violation of established road traffic regulations and poses grave danger not only to the driver but to other innocent road users. Such actions undermine ongoing national efforts to reduce road traffic accidents, road traffic crashes, and fatalities. In line with this position, the Corps Marshal has directed the Lagos State Sector Commander to immediately activate all necessary processes for the prosecution of the individual involved for reckless driving, use of phone while driving, and distracted driving in accordance with extant traffic laws. Expectedly, the Corps Marshal therefore calls on actors guilds, entertainment associations, influencer networks, and content creator communities to urgently rein in their members and promote responsible conduct, particularly on Nigerian roads. Celebrities and influencers wield enormous influence, especially among young Nigerians, and must be seen as ambassadors of safety, not symbols of recklessness. He warns that the FRSC will not hesitate to apply the full weight of the law against any individual, celebrity, or otherwise found engaging in distracted or reckless driving. No social media content, online thread, or monetary clout is worth a human life. Court Martial further urges all those users to understand that public roads are not studios, stages, or streaming platforms. They are shared spaces governed by laws designed to preserve lives. Nigerians are encouraged to report dangerous driving behaviors and support collective efforts towards safer roads. The FRSC remains resolute in its mandate to ensure safer highways and reiterates that road safety is a shared responsibility that demands discipline, restraint, and respect for the law by all without exemption. This is signed by Olusegun Ogungbemide, Assistant Court Marshal, Corps Public Education Officer, Federal Road Safety Corps, Headquarters, Abuja, on the 15th of December 2025, which is today. So this one reiterates the point that what took place was dangerous, or something that the authorities should really look into, and then they should try to get Peller help. He needs professional mental health assistance. He really does need it in order for him not to pose more risk, more harm to himself and to. But in this instance, they said he got so. I watched a bit where he was getting emotional, he was sad, so he was shedding tears, and he was not talking about he was going to unalive himself. And shortly after, he now drove his car and hit the side of the road, And then I saw pictures where people came to his rescue and stuff like that. That is quite troubling. On many levels, it's really, really troubling. Threatening, I think this is not the first time, threatening to unalive yourself, is something quite serious. Something very, very serious. For somebody who is a celebrity figure who has millions and millions of young people following him, and so that can really be very bad. Because we have this copycat phenomenon where a celebrity figure, if the celebrity figure does something or there's a popular event, people try to imitate and mimic, try to play out that scenario. So it can really be very bad, it can really be a bad influence. That act can really be a bad influence. You are on life and you're threatening to unalive yourself is really very bad. Driving distracted, and he has a problem with Jarvis bringing it online. As I've said, you don't come online to talk about personal issues except there is danger. And the danger, you cannot solve it on your own. Or you cannot solve it through appropriate channels, through the appropriate authorities. You come online and you make your case, because when you do that, you could get support. Like somebody can be in a place, the person is stranded, and it makes SOS call online. I'm in social place, I'm so stranded. The person can get help from somebody who may be in the environment, or the others can get in touch with the authorities. But this one now is really bad, So I think that Peller really needs help. Peller needs help. All of us have problems. There's nobody that doesn't have problems. We've talked about Two-Face Idibia, the problems he's having with the wife. We've talked about Burna Boy, we've talked about Regina Daniels. Everyone has problems, right? But then, when some things keep happening, just like when you talk about Two-Face Idibia, and if there are repeated accounts of what amounts to DV, right, of some kind of violence, intimate partner violence, and it keeps happening, that there's a problem. When there are issues of substance use and all that there's a problem. In this instance,
this young man has threatened to unalive himself more than once. He crashed his car, he's driving distracted, Some people have seen it as a kind of emotional blackmail, trying to get Jarvis to stay in a relationship when she may not be ready for it, and all that. The thing is, these are young people, and if you think back when you are that age, you could make mistakes. And we all make mistakes, and when it happens, right, we try to, we get help, Usually when you are broken, when you're heartbroken, right, you don't come on social media. You just cover your face down and you just cry it out, or you're alone for some days. You just stay off. People just notice that you're not on social media. People asking, where is this person and all that. You don't come on social media. But this one that has happened now, it is apparent that there's an issue here. I'm in the headline. We know that, there could be a psychological problem. There could be a mental health issue, an emotional issue. There could be some underlying problems here that would need the help of a health professional. If somebody is threatening to unalive himself or herself, that we call it suicide attempts. There is suicide ideation. There is suicidal thoughts, when the person is thinking about it, right? I'm speaking now from the perspective of being a health professional. There's suicide ideas, there's suicide attempts, then there is the suicide itself, So first the person thinks about it, then that's the first stage. It comes across the person's mind, right? It could just be a passing thought, then it could be a persistent thought. Then the person now tries to get things that will facilitate it, maybe getting drugs or getting something. That's another thing. Then an attempt is very serious. Some people say, it's just for content, you just don't. No. Even if the person is doing for content, if the person does something that puts himself or herself at risk, the person is driving and drives off and deliberately crashes the car, that leaves the level of content. This is something disturbing. Just like if somebody arranges for himself or herself to be kidnapped and staged, anything could go wrong. Somebody there could just take them as real kidnappers and shots may be fired and stuff like that. So it could so somebody shows poor judgment, poor insight, poor impulse control, this person is showing all of these things. It shows there's a problem. And so those who are close to him, family members, especially close friends, business associates, all of them should try to come together and help Peller. Peller seems to be like the more unstable one in the relationship. Jarvis is more self-aware, more self-controlled. When she comes on social media to talk, she's more measured in what she says and the way she addresses the issue. Like this time, she has come out and addressed it, and she's more measured, she's more controlled. What I think is that, these people are young. As you are growing up, when you are growing up, some things change, right? And then you have more business opportunities. There may be some business opportunities that Jarvis may have that may not necessarily involve her staying with Peller. You just think about plantation boys of those days, where you have two-face, blackface, and the other face, face alone, right? They were plantation boys. And when Keke, Ogungbe, and the others, when they wanted to get two-face, they took two-face out of plantation boys, right? And Two-Face stood on his own and became a star. So sometimes some of all these brands, some of these companies, they want to just work with just one person. So now, it could be that there's an opportunity for Jarvis. It could be a school opportunity. It could be a business opportunity that will involve her being on her own. And it doesn't involve her being in any relationship with Jarvis. You know. And so that may be there. Or it could just be that she has grown and she has outgrown that she has outgrown the relationship. And she feels that, okay, that was a phase. There was a phase she was in where she was in that relationship, and now she thinks she wants to take some things a step ahead. It could just be. Another thing she said is that her people, from her background, right? Her people, they don't mind you having relationship, but they mind when you make it a public thing, a social media thing. You understand? But now that she's famous and she's like the breadwinner and all that, they may not really criticize her as much as before, but they will still be concerned, you know. So for her, she feels that if she's not married to Peller, she doesn't want to make it like a public thing, right? But for Peller wants to make it public thing, wants to make it so she's my girl and all that, because Peller is living a reality life. And that was the stage Kim Kardashian was living, that kind of life. Right? Kim Kardashian got her fame from reality show. Kim Kardashian got married. The first the one before Kanye West. The first person, football star that she married to the person because of that reality show. Because of the show. And even maybe with Kanye West, maybe she really does love him, but part of why she does what she does because of the reality show. They go into a relationship because of the show, and not really because they really want that particular person. But they feel that, oh, if I'm going out with this person, it will make headlines, to make to grow the popularity and business. I see what happened at the time. Kim Kardashian used to post where she's traveling, so place, and this and that. She used to post it, on social media. And then what now happened was that there was a time where she posted the hotel where she was staying, and then she was robbed. Thieves entered the hotel, entered her room, and she was locked up in the toilet or so, and they robbed her of her jewelries and stuff like that. I think the case is even in court. I think she testified or something like that. The point is that after that robbery incident that Kim Kardashian suffered, she kind of tapered down on some of the social media something. Because the risk where everything you do is out there. You're going somewhere, you say, oh, I'm now preparing, I'm going to so place, oh, I've arrived at the place, oh, I'll soon leave the place and all that. It could be a security risk. You don't know who is paying attention, who may be plotting to cause harm or steal and stuff like that. So for Peller, Peller needs to know that there's a line. Clearly, Jarvis doesn't want to wants the relationship to be more of private, while they do their businesses, and all that. But she doesn't want to do PDA, public display of affection, doesn't want to keep doing that, Even if Peller feels that could be what will be promoting his style of social media content creation and his live stream and stuff like that. So the point is, these two guys, Jarvis look more stable, but then even if she's not as dramatic as Peller, she may be feeling the hurt and all of that. So she too needs counseling. She needs people to be with her and help her. It's not easy when you suffer a breakup. It's not easy. When you're having real challenges in your relationship, it's not easy. So you get people to be. But Peller needs more help. For people being close to her and try to
help her in whatever way they could, because that is quite important. Trying to help Peller and Jarvis, especially Peller.
Guys, I tried. Why me now? What did I do? Why me? Why me? Me. But you guys know the truth. I know the truth. Anyways.